We are about to stream live. 5, 4, 3, 2, and we are live. Welcome to Wall Street Sizing Up. We're glad you're here today. We are streaming. We are doing the same thing that we do every day, and that is stock market news today. It is the bite-sized tidbits and news stories that you probably will not see on CNBC. Probably. It's Friday. What's up? Tidbits from the world of finance. It's what we're going to let you know. We got good. This is going to be a really good show. There's a lot of good news coming. There's always good news coming out on Friday because that's when people want to release it, especially if it's bad, right? So let's jump right into it. So Wall Street bets back in the news, right? Data shows that institutional investors. Now this is from CNBC. Data shows that institutional investors as the drivers of a large portion of the wild price action in GameStop and other meme stocks last week. GameStop was not in the top 10 most bought names by retail investors last month, according to JPMorgan. What was going on in the stocks that forced the hedge funds to trade to cover, or they might have been playing it too, is what they said. Wall Street loves volatility. Let me tell you, that's how they make their money. That's why they love biotech, because biotech, especially with the lower floats, is very volatile. A lot of beta. That means, guess what? They're going to make money trading back and forth, short and long. Regardless of where regulators decide to point the finger, expect hedge funds will look more carefully at stocks they are shorting, for sure, and avoid names with a very high percentage of the float tied up in short interest. So Wall Street, you have learned your lesson. Maybe. We will see. We'll see in a year or two for sure. All right, earnings recap. Activision, ATVI forecasts a strong 21 revenue. Gilead Sciences, GILD, posted a 26% rise in quarterly revenue, helped by the sale of its antiviral drug, Remdesivir. Let me stop right there. We're going to go to the market real quick. I want to let you guys know the market did. The S&P 500 closed the best week since early November. So before I get into the earnings recap, I did want to show this. The Dow was up 92 today. NASDAQ was up 78, and the S&P was up 15 again. S&P closes best week since November. Top gainers were AAME, BSQR Software, a REIT, WHLR gained 65%, OCGN, Biotech, LAIX, and TKAT. OCGN was also there as well. All those gained above 50%. All right, let's go get back to the earnings recap. Sorry about that. Forgot the markets. Markets were a little bit mixed today, but they were up, and the S&P did close up, which is nice to see. All right. Gilead Sciences, we said, posted 26% rise in quarterly revenue. That's great. Snap, SNAP beat estimates for user growth and revenue, but the stock did fall on its light Q1 forecast. The company gained 16 million new users in the last quarter, its maximum number of users gained since 2016. It also added that Snapchat users opened the app 30 times a day on average. Good Lord, 30 times a day they open the app if you're on step. That is very, very good retention. Pinterest, PINS, beat revenue estimates on ad spending recovery. The company added 17 million new users in Q4 2020 and had 459 million active users as of last quarter. They've got 500 million users on Pinterest. Damn. Peloton, PTON. Wild day for it because it actually got downgraded today, but it topped $1 billion in Q4 revenue. Shares fell after announcing further supply chain investments in air freight and expedited ocean freight. So essentially, they're having issues fulfilling orders, right? So why did they get downgraded today? I hope we can talk about that. They said that they also added 1.67 million new fitness subscribers. That's a 100% increase in year over year. Family Dollar is now taking its Instacart delivery partnership nationwide to 6,000 stores. If you did not know, it's Family Dollar. They've been a strong buy for a while. Again, Anything I sell on this channel is for educational purposes and is not taken as financial advice. It is my opinion only of the side comments that I make. All right. Speaking of Instacart, as of June 2020, did you know that Instacart controlled 48% of the U.S. grocery delivery market? 48%, literally half. 38%, the other half, 38%, was controlled by Walmart. That is crazy. They raised $200 million in funding in October. They're valued at $17 billion, and they're going public this year at some point at $30 billion. I bet that's a $100 billion company by the end of 2021. My opinion. Big news for small restaurants if this is brought to the U.S. Again, big news for restaurants if this is brought to the U.S. Uber, they acquired a company called Careem. Careem operates in about 10 countries in the Middle East. But here's the thing. The subsidiary announced it will begin charging restaurants a flat monthly fee only instead of taking a commission on each order. Understand that commission used to be or was in these 10 countries in the Middle East 30% commission or more, right? The company's saying the cuts, the change will reduce the effective commissions to like 6 or 7%. Now restaurants can make a heck of a lot more. And Uber Eats, if you do this here in the United States, you will dominate. I'm long Uber just because of that. Ford, let's talk about Ford. Ford said that it is cutting down production of the F-150 trucks. Let me just say something about F-150 trucks. Did you know that the number one car for people who earn over $100,000 a year is? That's right, a Ford F-150. Did you know the number one car for people who earn over $500,000 a year is? That's right, F-150. Did you know the number one car of people who earn over $900,000 a year? That's right, the Ford F-150. Facts. Ford had to shut down production of the F-150 trucks due to semiconductor shortage, which could lead to a loss of 1 to 2.5 billion in its 2021 revenue. Now this is affecting the entire tech industry too. So this is not just Ford. So long semiconductors. I would long rare earth, if you would. The announcement was made in its earnings call where it reported $155 billion in revenue. That's down about 20% year over year, and it did lose $1.3 billion in 2020. I don't know how with the F-150 killing it. Ford's Detroit factory will operate at about a third of its capacity next week because, again, they're short semiconductors. Last month, Ford announced that it is shutting down one of its German plants for a month due to the shortage of automotive chips. That's what they call it. Overall, automakers are estimated to lose $61 billion. This is the overall automakers worldwide, globally, are going to lose $61 billion in sales in 2021 due to the semiconductor shortage. Nuts. That's why she's long. Gosh, that's a easy play. All right. The U.S. economy added 49,000. I've got 49,000. I may be wrong here. In January, as unemployment fell, I think that's 499,000 jobs in January as unemployment fell from 6.7 to 6.3. Good to hear. Here's the top analyst upgrades and downgrades today. The top 5 analyst upgrades today. Here we go. Starbucks, GOOS. I'm not sure who that is. FL, IP, and SYNA. Top 5 analyst downgrades, and here we go. Peloton, PTON was down. APD down. CGC down. I believe that's Canopy if I'm not mistaken. ANGI, that's Angie Home Services. Again, downgrade. ANGI. And NEWR was also down. Let's talk about Wall Street Bets again real quick. The founder, I'm trying to find his name here, Jaime Rogansky, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Fact check me there if you would. He just sold his life story to movie producer Rat Pack Entertainment. That's right. That is the hot pitch that turned Jamie into the man every producer in Hollywood wanted to do business with. Earlier this week, the founder of Reddit, Wall Street Bets, sold the rights to his life story, a production company known, Rat Pack, a production company known for its backing of hits like Wonder Woman. Was Wonder Woman a real hit? No, the first one was. For a payment in the low six figures. Now, Jaime has given exclusive access to Rat Pack's producer and make sure it's done correctly in his eyes, including the company's head Brett Ratner, a longtime Hollywood player. I thought that was interesting. All right, let's talk about Clover and Chamath Palihapitiya. What's going on? Clover Health Investments, a company backed by Chamath, is being investigated by the SEC after failing to disclose discussions with the DOJ, Department of Justice, before going public through a SPAC. Palihapitiya it's this company called Hindenburg, has written up this report that really says that they were not forthcoming with probably not just investors, but probably with Chamath. Chamath would never do something like that. That dude is a man of the people, and I'll back him 100%. All right. He calls Hindenburg's report and their comments on Clover spurious. I thought that was interesting too. All right, let's talk about ETF outflows and inflows. So on the redemption side, which is the outflows, right? Big outflows from SPY. Over 59% of the 16.3 outflows was SPY, right? Other outflows was iShares Core S&P 500 IVV, Healthcare Sector Spider XLV, Financial Sector Spider XLF, iShares Russell 2000 ETF was also had big outflows, IWM, and that would be it. Now the inflows. The ETFs picking up money, picking up speed, if you would. First one, silver, and it wasn't even close. SLV, iShares Silver Trust, SLV. Second line, but again, the big drop off there was high yield corporate bonds, iBox, HYG. Then you followed by JPMorgan Beta, Builders Developed Asia, ETF BBAX, JPMorgan Beta Builders Japan ETF, X Japan ETF BBJP, and JP Morgan Beta Builders Europe ETF BBEU. Very interesting. It's very interesting. All right, let's talk about Lucid Motors and CCIV. Here we go. The CEO of Lucid Motors appeared on CNBC this morning. He discussed the rumored SPAC deal with Churchill Capital, that's CCIV. The CEO, Peter Rawson, he televised his Glomar response, I'm not sure what that means, saying that he could neither confirm or deny whether his team was in talks with Churchill Capital. I don't even know what that means, right? Because it was rumored for the longest time that they were, and now can neither confirm or deny. I would bet they're still in talks. I don't know why he can't say that. Maybe there's some law. So he also refused to comment on whether Lucid Motors plans to go public at all, and added, "We are in a position that Tesla was in 10 years ago." So place your bets on that one. Let's talk Super Bowl real quick, and let's talk gaming and gambling. The American Gaming Association estimated 23.2 million people will place wagers on the Super Bowl. 7.2 million of those will be online, which will generate about $4.3 billion in bets. Interesting wagers include a $3.4 million bet on the Tampa Bay Bucks winning via DraftKings, and if the opening kickoff will be returned for a touchdown on FanDuel. So again, $3.4 million bet on the Bucks winning, that's on DraftKings, and if the opening kickoff will be returned for a touchdown on FanDuel. Meanwhile, I understand those tickets, they're experiencing the Super Bowl tickets are experiencing a big decline, and that could change, but that could change as we get closer to game time. All right, also, 5.5, so the prices today for the Super Bowl ads are 5.5 million, that's $183,000 per second. For some context, context, DigiDay has put together what you could buy for $5.5 million in a digital media spin. You could get 275 million ad impressions on YouTube, 6.1 million clicks on Google, or 22 weeks straight of TikTok hashtag challenges with the top influencers. Cambridge University researchers have announced that they found the carbon footprint of Bitcoin to be larger than that of the Netherlands. But hold on. It is comparable to New Zealand with 36, almost 37 megatons of CO2 annually. This is due to the amount of computational power required to operate the blockchain and sources of that energy being primarily coal and non-renewable sources. Let me just add, that is correct. Here's the thing though. All of your data centers are the same way. All of your EV stations. So if we think that we're saving the world with electronic vehicles, we're helping. But when you charge them, 20% of that most of the time is from coal. The other 80% is typically from natural gas. Natural gas is clean, it burns clean, but here's the thing about natural gas, and here's why it's going to be tough to get rid of really any of full carbon, and that is because you have to frack. To get natural gas, for the most part, you have to frack. Not 100% of the time, but most of the time you have to frack to get natural gas. If you think I'm wrong, put it in the comments and fact check me. SpaceX has revealed that it already has more than 10,000 users for its satellite-beamed internet service. I believe that's called Starlink. Amazon is now testing its Rivian-built electric vans on delivery routes in Los Angeles. The e-commerce giant agreed to purchase 100,000 of the EVs, which it could help to create as part of its goal to reach net zero carbon emissions by 2040. Congrats. Elon Musk, let's talk about him. Elon Musk continues to promote a meme cryptocurrency, Dogecoin, DOGE. It has gone up. I believe at one point it was up 800, it might have even been up 1,200%. He wrote this yesterday: no highs, no lows, only Doge. He also wrote, Dogecoin is the people's crypto. Dogecoin has rallied 4x since Elon began focusing on it 2 months ago. It's over 15x, 1,500% since he promoted it on July 17th of 2020. Johnson & Johnson applied for the emergency use authorization for FDA as a single dose efficiency. I've seen 66%, I've seen 72%, but it is a single shot, and that will definitely help. Oxford study found that AstraZeneca, the COVID-19 vaccine, to be 75% effective against the new strain of coronavirus in the UK. If you want to hear more about crypto, here's something that I think is very, very interesting. Last thing that I'll say, and we're out of here. Coinmetrics says that the real Bitcoin supply that you can actually get your hands on, that the world can actually get their hands on, is now only 14.5 million coins. That's it. 14.5. So if you want to know about the scarcity, this is it. The stock to flow, why it continues to rise, that is a big part of it, right? I believe it's supposed to have like 19 million mined. Where did 4.5 million go? Where'd 5 million go? They're lost. They were mined a long time ago, spent long time ago, and lost. From the graph that I saw, early 2014 is when people started to lose their keys, and they started to, that's when the graph really started to diverge, if you would. So that's it. Appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. I'm about to do a stocks to watch. That is, we're sponsored by StockTrade.tips. They have one goal. That one goal is to help you profit off the insider knowledge of the hedge funds. I've got two, maybe three stocks today that I'm going to put out there. One is just lines up perfect. So I'm about to do that video. I'm also going to do crypto news today very, very soon. So I appreciate you guys. Again, watch your six, go hard in the paint. We'll see you next time.